to Twisted Metal.
Twisted Metal Season 2 is back, and it slams into the screen like a flaming semi on nitro. 3 episodes in, and it's already madness. Death races with rocket launchers, killer clowns with vendettas, city conspiracies, masked anarchists, and enough explosions to make Michael Bay jealous. Welcome back to your nerdy show. I'm your host, Spoiler Master. John Doe is on the run. Quiet's rolling deep with a gang of brutal doll-faced rebels. Sweet Tooth? Oh, he's out here turning psycho into an art form, and he's just getting warmed up. And looming over it all is Calypso, the mysterious puppet master, promising to grant any wish if you survive his twisted tournament. This season doesn't waste a second. It's bullets, betrayal, blood, and big reveals, served with a side of dark humor and absolute carnage. So if you thought Season 1 was wild, Season 2 just ripped the brakes off. Let's dive into the chaos of episodes 1 to 3, and trust me, you're not ready for what's coming next.
Quiet! You shot me?
John Doe's strange new life in New San Francisco. Remember how John Doe completed that dangerous delivery mission for Raven last season? Turns out that was just the beginning. The ice cream delivery to New San Francisco wasn't really about what was in the cooler, it was a test. Raven wanted to see if John had what it takes to survive chaos behind the wheel. Apparently, he passed. But instead of rewarding him, she cages him. John's now a citizen of New SF, but it's not the dream he imagined. It's sterile, fake, and controlled. He's being trained, no joke, on a driving simulator that uses the Twisted Metal PlayStation game as practice. Meta, right? But here's where it gets twisted. Raven has a wish, and she's gunning for Calypso's upcoming death race to make it happen, and she needs John to drive for her.
Will always be here in my grasp.
Raven's wish and a painful past. So why is Raven so desperate to win? Well, the answer is heartbreaking. Back in 1998, Raven and her best friend Kelly were teenage goths into divination and minor manipulation. They loved messing with people using tarot cards and spells. But during a prank gone wrong, Kelly ended up paralyzed and comatose. That accident changed everything. Raven never left her side. Years later, in the present, John finds Kelly, still comatose, in a locked ambulance in a hidden parking garage. Yep, Raven's been keeping her best friend alive all these years, hoping for a miracle. That miracle? Calypso's wish. So her plan is simple. Enter the tournament, win, and wish for Kelly to recover. And if she has to manipulate John and use him like a pawn, so be it. Also, small but important detail, Patty Guggenheim plays Raven now. But don't worry, the show explains the change cleverly. The Raven we saw in Season 1? Just a decoy. One of many Ravens employed by the real COO. That's why this Raven feels darker, more desperate, and definitely more dangerous.
Who the hell is...
The return of Quiet and a mysterious gang. John manages to escape New San Francisco. Kind of. He tricks a guard, steals that ambulance, but respectfully leaves Kelly behind and tries to bolt. But trouble finds him fast. Enter the Dolls, a violent all-female gang wearing creepy doll masks. And guess who's one of their top lieutenants now? Quiet. Yeah, the same Quiet John fell for in Season 1. Turns out, after parting ways, Quiet stumbled across the dolls, realized their goals kind of aligned with hers, dismantling the city walls and helping outsiders, and joined up. But it's not a perfect match. Quiet's still unsure about the dolls' extreme methods, especially their leader, Dollface. Now here's the kicker. Dollface is actually Krista, John's long-lost sister.
Well, the ride's over, so...
Wait, John has a sister? Yep. Back when the world fell apart, John, whose real name is Lionel, lost his memory and got separated from his family. Krista, on the other hand, remembered everything. She's been searching for her brother ever since, even using Quiet to track him down. When she finally finds him, it's not all hugs and warm fuzzies. John doesn't remember her and thinks it's just another post-apocalyptic mind game. But slowly the pieces start clicking into place. Krista recalls childhood memories like his fear of ghosts and his map-making obsession. And when John shows her a hand-drawn map he found in his old house, Krista recognizes it as one of hers. It's a touching reunion, even if John's still skeptical. Whether she's really his sister or not, the connection feels real. The bond's forming, and for a guy who spent all Season 1 craving family, this moment hits hard.
pancake!
Sweet Tooth is back, and bloodier than ever. You didn't think Sweet Tooth was gone, did you? The maniacal clown survived Season 1's finale with just a messed up eye and a thirst for more chaos. Now, he's running wild across the wasteland with his unlikely sidekick, Stu, the former cop who keeps trying and failing to reason with him. Sweet Tooth's mission? Become the most feared killer in the land. But there's a problem. When he slaughters a group of raiders, one of them mistakes him for a killer named Big Baby. This offends Sweet Tooth, naturally, so he hunts Big Baby down. And Big Baby? He's exactly what the name suggests, a massive brute with an umbilical cord mace. Gross and hilarious. Sweet Tooth annihilates him, only to learn about another killer named Trash Man. Our clown is sick of this. Every time he tries to claim his villain throne, someone else already holds the title. So, Stu suggests a solution. Host a villain tournament to crown the worst of the worst. A true battle of monsters. But then Calypso's broadcast drops. A death race with any wish granted. Sweet Tooth is in. He doesn't care about the prize. He just wants to prove he's the ultimate nightmare.
I'm gonna watch you dance.
New faces in the wasteland, Axel and Mr. Grimm. Season 2 introduces some seriously weird and dangerous new characters. First up, Axel. If you played the games, you know him. But here, he's literally a man attached to two massive wheels. He drinks gasoline, oils his joints with motor grease, and lives like a vehicle. He is his own car. Axel's backstory is tragic. A racist scientist had been experimenting with fusing creatures to wheels, first rats, then humans. Axel was his greatest success, a living, breathing car. But he was trapped for years at an abandoned drive-in, kept prisoner by light barriers. John and Krista stumble upon him while visiting their old family home nearby. They kill the scientist, free Axel, and earn themselves a new ally. You better believe he's going to be rolling into the Twisted Metal tournament with a vengeance. And then there's Mr. Grimm, the soul-devouring reaper on a motorcycle. Not much is revealed yet, but he was clearly imprisoned until someone gave him back his father's helmet and let him loose. Whoever that someone is, they've got plans. And Mr. Grimm, he's ready to race and reap. He even faces off with Axel in episode 3. We don't get to see the full fight, but just the tease is enough to get fans hyped. These characters aren't just here to look cool. They're here to fight for the win.
What the hell are you doing here?
Covering my ears, mostly.
Who is Mayhem? Mayhem is a bit of a mystery. She shows up pretending to be part of the Dolls gang, gets exposed by Quiet, and then begs to stay on. She claims she's running from dangerous people, possibly her criminal ex-husband, and just wants to survive. Quiet, skeptical, but kind, lets her stick around. Mayhem starts training, gets closer to Quiet, and decides to enter the Twisted Metal tournament. Her wish? A better life. Sounds simple, right? But something feels off. Her backstory's vague, her motives are unclear, and we're not totally sure she's being honest. Is she really here to race, or is she playing a long con? We'll find out. The plan to enter the death race. So where does that leave our main trio, John, Quiet, and Krista? They're all in for the tournament. Quiet wants to win so she can tear down the walls between the cities and the Outlands. She wants justice. Krista wants power. John? He just wants to stay close to both of them and maybe rediscover who he is along the way. They named their car Roadkill, gear it up for war, and set out to find weapons. But instead of buying them, Krista suggests a good old-fashioned heist. Their destination? Diesel City, home of illegal arms dealers and post-apocalyptic mercs. If everything goes to plan, they'll get what they need and roll into Calypso's death race with a tricked-out car, insane firepower, and an unbreakable bond. Or, you know, they could all die in the attempt. That's kind of the vibe of Twisted Metal, right?
I think we'll win.
Our nerdy thoughts. These first 3 episodes of Season 2 do more than just pick up where Season 1 left off. They expand the world, deepen the characters, and introduce some seriously wild new elements. We're finally moving toward the heart of the franchise, the actual Twisted Metal tournament, and it's looking like an explosive ride ahead. From the roads soaked in gasoline, the players are ready, and the only rule is survival. Let the carnage begin.
I got a special invitation.
The last driver behind the wheel gets...
No, what the heck, I'll laugh anyway.